Hi, this is Lorraine, and I just wanted to talk a little bit about my father, Jeff Gerard, and my mom, Marianne. And this was their wedding day, July 17th, 1942. So on the next picture, what you see is my father, who's in his uniform, and that's 1945, and he's walking downtown Edmonton. And this is my mother, back in 1940, and she's looking very sad as my father was away in training. And this is my father, and that was on their wedding day, and he was just posing for a photo. And this is my father and my Aunt Jean and my mother, again on their wedding day. And this is my father with his brother on the far right, who was married to an English girl in England. And this is my father in North Africa playing cards with his buddies. And we have here a picture my father took of Egypt. And this is just some debris. And again, we see some more debris, artillery. And here is a picture of my father, and these are German prisoners. And here's my father again with his best friends in Barrie, Italy, Bill and Sid. And here they're having a little bit of fun. And this was on V-Day in Holland, and these Holland people really love my dad. And here's my dad's first Christmas after the war, celebrating with his parents. And this is his discharge certificate, and it was June 17th.
When Jeff joined in 1940, he was assigned to the 29th Canadian Armoured Reconnaissance Regiment, or the South Alberta Regiment. And these guys were the ones that went first into the battles and explored forward. That's why they're called Reconnaissance. So they also won the Victoria Cross during their Normandy campaign. So they had quite a reputation. This is a picture of Major David Vivian Curry. He was the officer commanding the regiment. These were the uniforms that the regiment had, and there in the background is one of the tanks. This is the regimental flag of the regiment. The location of the regiment was the Prince of Wales Armoury, which was in Edmonton, and this is in 1940. The regiment was moved to Dundurn, Saskatchewan, and they did 16 20-mile return hikes with full packs for 5 weeks. And those who couldn't keep up were kicked out of the regiment, and they were declared medically unfit. So it was pretty tough regimen there. The regiment continued with weapons training, and this was done with First World War vintage Ross rifles. The regiment then transferred to Nanaimo, Vancouver. Camp life here was usually wet and miserable, but it was milder than the prairies, so that's why they located there. Here you can see the tents all set up. Here you see the South Albertans, and they were marching through Nanaimo with their band, and mainly it was a bugle band. December 1941, the regiment, by the way, White Christmas was released at that time. The regiment moved to the East Coast by train to Nova Scotia, and there they received driving instructions. And then Joffre, in July of 1942, was given leave to marry his new bride on July 17th, 1942. And it was shortly after that he came back, and August 1942, they were off to the Halifax docks, where they boarded they boarded His Majesty's transport, the SS Strathmore, which is pictured right here, and they left with a convoy and disembarked in Glasgow, Scotland. Here you see a Sunday dinner parade, and it's on the outskirts of Brighton, which was really well-known, lively coastal resort in Britain. So the boys looked like they were enjoying themselves there.